Well, ladies and gents, boy oh boy, do I have some interesting stuff for you today. Ladies and gentlemen, helicopters and fudge bars. We got some new lore on Revenant and Loba. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and play the audio that can be found on Twitter, via Tom Casiella's account or the actual Apex Legends Twitter itself. It is official and it is canon.
Got something for me, Loba?
Yes, a surprise. I found your source code in an underground vault, just like Hammond said.
Then why don't you go get it?
Oh, I did. And I took it to one of those lovely phase runners. I had no idea how far they reach. Press of a button and just like that, your source code's halfway to Gridiron.
What?
You took away everything I cared about. Now I'm taking away everything you care about. You're not dying today. You're not dying ever. You have a long, miserable life ahead of you, and for once, killing won't get you what you want. Come after me if you like, but the one thing you care about in this universe is still gone. Think on that for a while, won't you? After all, you have nothing but time.
I will kill you, but not today. Today, I become your shadow, and I wait. And when you finally have something you love with all your heart, I'll annihilate it and send you into the hell you deserve. Think you know, suffering girl? Just wait.
You are the Apex champion.
Okay, so this clip is absolutely huge to the lore that we've been waiting for so long for Loba and Revenant. Now, I want to go ahead and say that, unfortunately, this audio clip makes my last theory not invalid, but somewhat incorrect, I guess. So, like, there's still parts of it that make sense, but so it turns out that Hammond did keep their end of the bargain. They did give her the source code. And, well, it looks like Loba will not be involved into obtaining Revenant's source code. Yeah, interesting. It's a good plot twist. There's a lot of flaws in it, and I'll get into those. Alright, so first off, let's start off with the bad parts of this, the flaws, the ugly, and we'll get into the good and the future and possibly what's going on here. So, the problems I have with this is that Loba says, I threw the source code in the phase runner. Now, that itself is not so bad, but she said that it could be halfway to Gridiron by now. Now, I have an issue with this. Gridiron is Bangalore's home planet. That is where she lives. Well, she doesn't live there now, but that's where she lived. That's where she grew up. It's also a heavily IMC-controlled planet. It's like the IMC version of the planet Harmony, which is a militia-controlled planet. Whatever. The point is that the whole reason that Bangalore is in the Apex games is because, well, she wants to make money to go back to Gridiron, so she can go see her family and her brother, who is probably dead. We'll get into that later at some point in some other video. So this, if Loba literally meant halfway to Gridiron, then this is a plot hole. Because if Bangalore wanted to go back to Gridiron, she'd just hop in the fucking phase runner and send her on her merry old way, right? She would just go to Gridiron. So if this is literal, as in, like, it is on its way to Gridiron, that is an issue. That is a huge issue. However, I don't think it's literal. I think that it is her, because Apex and Titanfall, they go from planet to planet to planet to galaxy, right? So I'm assuming that she used it as a reference to emphasize how far that this source code was taken in that phase runner. Maybe neither one of them knows where it's at. All she knows is she dumped it in the phase runner, and to say that she has no clue where it was and the range it could be, she used the planet Gridiron as a reference. Maybe Gridiron is in a completely different solar system. Maybe Gridiron is in a different galaxy. Maybe Gridiron is maybe it's really far from Solus or Olympus. So I think that's what she was going for, and she was kind of rubbing it into Revenant's face, being like, hey, look, I dumped your source code into this shithole, flush it down the toilet bowl, and, yeah, it's gone. It's gone as hell. So, that's one issue I have. The other issue that I kind of have is, how did Revenant get his ass kicked by Loba? I'm not saying Loba is weak, but I'm saying this dude is like a 300-year-old professional assassin simulacrum. He's been killing and murdering for years. While he also added in the Broken Ghost quest that he said that Loba isn't that original. There's been people to try to get revenge before. These people know that Revenant is really good at doing his thing. So of course they're going to be trained before they encounter him. But he killed them anyways. My point being that with all the training that Loba's had, she shouldn't have been, or not training, but the life she's lived with thievery and the, you know, like her acrobatics and all that. I don't think that those would be good enough for her to actually beat Revenant. So if Loba did beat Revenant there, that makes no sense. However, in the fight, you could hear Loba grunting after Revenant making some motion. So I think she was injured by Revenant, and she used her wrist, her bracelet, to teleport, because we could hear that audio cue. We could hear that. So I think that she got hurt and teleported away, and he tried grabbing on her before she teleported, hence the gash and him being on the floor with broken glass, you know, all that fighting, skirmishing, whatever. So I think that he's just on the floor because, well, she teleported out and he tried grabbing her and pulling her in. Well, didn't work because, well, she teleported. So I think that is, I think that's what happened. Assuming, and this is all trying to be the best nature of the story, so everything makes sense. This video is also going to be very quick. I'll probably have another video on this because I'm sitting on this. I'm not going to make a whole dedicated lore video of this like I did the last video, because I knew that there was Revenant Loba lore coming, and it's about time that they do. And I didn't want to go too in-depth simply because, well, look what happened. I made a 30-minute lore video that was pretty well done, but all it took was 2 minutes. It took 2 minutes to make some of that theory invalid when it could have been more accurate. Or it could have been a more philosophical theory or a more precise theory. So, getting a little off topic, but the point is there is some plot holes here to a degree. And I can kind of refer to Kev the King here. Because Kev the King, this man does really good lore videos. And he also he's pretty good at criticizing the dev team. Now, I think some criticism can come off a little aggressive or a little toxic, although I think Kev means well. I think everything about Kev is for the intentions of the game and everyone's best interest. I don't think that he's trying to be toxic intentionally, or I don't think he's really being that toxic. I don't think he's being toxic, but it may come off as toxic. But Kev had a pretty negative response to this clip, and I agree with him in some ways, some aspects, and I disagree with him on others. I will make sure to link his video. Go watch his video. He makes some solid points, but I think that there is some plot holes. I agree with him that Revenant should have been able to beat Loba easily. So, either Loba did get away from him via wrist, or Revenant didn't want to beat her for some reason. Unless Revenant's got some kind of plan, or he can't kill her for some reason that he knows that he can't let in on her. Unless the second that she said that he was going to never get a source code, he already had the mindset to be like, okay, my way of getting revenge is by killing people around you, so you have to suffer more from it rather than death itself. So that's the only way I can really think of it. But he said that, Kev the King said that it was pretty rushed, and I can kind of understand that this season did feel a little rushed to me. Now, I'm not going to make excuses for the devs, but I'm also going to understand their situation because, one, I am not a game developer. I am not a writer. I can't do this shit. They can. I know that budgeting is a huge thing. I know EA is terrible, and I'm sure they don't give them nowhere near enough funding and time that they should. And I know that COVID is going on, right? I'm not going to use COVID as a big excuse, but it does impact their work. And also, it's a matter of workload and Christmas time and stuff like that. So I make a little bit of an excuse for there. But in the end of the day, whether it was, I'm kind of okay with it as long as it doesn't continue to be a trending pattern or becomes progressively worse. I can make exceptions for it, and I understand their circumstance. I'm sure Kev does too. I just think he's really upset because this is something that a lot of lore nerds have been waiting for and desired for such a long time. Revenant Loba lore, finally, the Broken Ghosts, this simulacrum. Are we going to learn about the simulacrum program? What about Hammond Robotics? You know, the IMC. This is the best quest line to finding about these things. It is exhilarating. And if this is the end, that is super disappointing. However, I don't think it's the end. I think this is the beginning. Tom Cassiello said that you all think this is the end. This is just chapter 1. That is what he said. He also said that there is more to come this week. Maybe not all of it will be Revenant and Loba, but I think that Kev the King thought that this was the end of the Broken Ghost. I think it is the start of it. Now, I'm not I agree with Kev on a lot of things, and I think that he has the right to express the way he does, and I think he's pretty accurate in most of his things. And I think that he's just considering all possibilities with the negative trends in the shop, EA and the market, the Christmas skins and the Halloween skins and all that. Yeah, pretty negative trend there. But I don't really think that should affect their writing too much. The only negative impact on the writing really is that this season kind of felt rushed. Although I will say that, in my opinion, the last page for the Octane Pathfinder Gibby Lifeline quest was posted on Twitter, and that did in fact save the entire quest as whole and gave some pretty good character development. But I can kind of agree with him in that sense, but I don't think it's over. I think there's more to come, because Tom Cassiello said, you can look this on his Twitter, he did say that there is more to come, that it's not over yet. He's emphasizing this. Okay, it's all supposed to happen before the end of 2020. Guys, this is the last week of 2020. This is it. So we got to be getting some pretty interesting lore. I don't think all of it will pertain to Loba and Revenant. I think some of it's going to be with Crypto and Watson. I think some of it might be with Wraith and Mirage. I think some of it is going to be Caustic, but that's more going to lead into next year. Anyways, I'm not going to make a lore video on another connection of Loba, Revenant, Cuban Blisk, and Ash just yet, because I want to wait until we get the full scoop of what's going on here. Or at least wait until it settles down for a little bit, because there is going to be more coming. Although I will say another reason why I think that it is not sequeled or done or ending is because Tom Cassiello a while ago also said that we may not be seeing the Revenant Loba lore until Season 9, and I say that as in Season 7's pretty early. I think that this little 2-minute clip here was them giving us a little bit of a nod, be like, hey, look, we haven't forgot about in the Broken Ghost. We haven't forgot about Revenant and Loba. We haven't forgot them. Here's a little sneak peek that's adding to the juiciness of the story, right? I think that that's what this is. I think this is a head nod to us to let us know, hey, we haven't forgot about these characters. Because people have been getting very frustrated recently because they've been waiting since Season 5 for this. They've been waiting a long time, and they haven't gotten a word about it up until now. Except for the interactions between Loba and Revenant, which weren't much other than, hey, where's my source code? Oh, I don't know, man. I enjoyed those, but lore-wise, it didn't really build much up to the actual importance of the story that's going on. So, I'm not really going to theorize much what's going on here. I just want to state the possibilities, and I want to say to all of you that are interested in this, keep your eyes open on Twitter. Keep your eyes open on theory videos, because this stuff is going to blow up. Please pay attention, even if you're not going to watch my videos. Watch Kev the Kings, watch Bias12, watch Water. You know, all these amazing people cover this stuff, even if you don't like my videos. Go watch them. If you really like this lore stuff, stay updated on it, because it is coming. Now, I love these writers, and I think they're amazing. I do think that the Apex has had its ups and downs. For example, I'll give my favorites. Apex Season 5 was amazing. I love the lore. Not so much the no edging and the cancerous meta, but in the game. But the writing was beautiful Season 5. Season 6, I loved it. It was great. Cuban Blisk, Ash, Wraith, Mirage. Got to see all of them. Pathfinder. It's great. I loved it. Now, I will be honest that I thought that the season quests for this season, Season 7, was okay. It was okay. It was alright. Not really good, not really bad. Kind of felt rushed. Kind of felt not much substance. Although, there is some stuff that made up for that. And I understand their circumstances. As well as I don't understand what it's like to be a dev or writer. So, I'm not going to judge them too harshly on that. I'm just going to say I can understand why people think it's rough or rushed. I think it's important to understand both sides of the community, saying that, hey, this kind of feels rushed, but also the developer side, right? What's it like to be a developer? What's it like to have EA as a publisher? Because we all know that they're not the best publisher. I think that's important to take into consideration. I'm not going to defend them. I am not going to strike them down. All I'm saying is keep an open interpretation on this, and there's more lore to come. I don't really have much else to say here in this video. I don't want to keep it too long because this is supposed to be a short and sweet video. I don't want to make this super long because I could get things wrong again. I think there is going to be more, so thank you guys for watching this video, and yeah, I really hope you enjoyed. Until then, I'll see you in my next video. Peace out. Okay, I lied. One last thing that I kind of figured that I should mention here in this video. The whole Revenant thing is going on. I should probably mention that I think that Revenant is going to go after Jamie or Bangalore because he wants to kill someone that Loba loves or something that Loba loves to put her in the hell that she truly believes or she should be in, according to him. So I feel like the blue-haired guy in the Loba trailers is a potential target for Revenant. I think Bangalore is a potential target for Revenant. I think that it'll be interesting. Bloodhound may be a target. We'll have to see how it plays out. I forgot to mention this. I probably should put this clip a little earlier. I think I'm going to do that. I think it'll be interesting. I think it's going to be, if they're going to take it, one possible direction is that this is going to be an endless feud or endless cycle of revenge, and the cycle is going to need to be broken. Revenant kills Loba's parents. Loba destroys his source code. Revenant kills Jamie or hurts Bangalore. Loba goes after Revenant in some shape or form. I don't know how. Maybe blow up his apartment. Maybe he's got some emotional attachment to it. Or, I don't know, something, right? And then maybe Revenant goes after her inside people that give her information to the other legends or, information on stuff. I don't know. We'll have to see. So, this is the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. The rest of it will be about me talking about my channel. That is more so dealing with my channel and not so much about lore. So, once again, I want to apologize if there's any things I didn't exactly was specific about, and that's because I don't know the direction they're going to take the lore into, and I don't know what they're going to do. I hope for the best, but I have no clue. Anyways, let's talk about my channel. So, I plan on doing lore stuff more, because that seems to be what people enjoy the most, and I also want to talk about my channel. So, there's going to be a little time frame where I'm not uploading as much because I am working on a project. It is something very unique, very cool, and very important to me and a bunch of other people. I can't say what it is exactly, and I can't say who it's for or what it is, but all I can say is that a thingy is happening, art-based, and it's sick. It's going to be badass. Okay, that's all I can say. It's going to be great. And it's going to be time-consuming. A lot of time has to be dedicated to this. I want to dedicate a lot of time to this, and I want to make this great. In a special way, in a special form. It may not just pertain to the gaming industry. Maybe it's movie industry. Maybe it's... Who knows, right? Who knows? Maybe it's book industry. You never know. So, I can't give details because it's a secret, and the people that have been pulling the strings on this project, I would really hate to ruin the fact that it's a secret because they've been trying so hard on this. And that would be such a douche move of me to do, to spoil something like that. And it would not be right, and I would never forgive myself. So, I can't really say much other than that this is kind of me letting you guys know, hey, you may see a lack of uploads. Not that I upload a whole lot anyways. just because I have to spend a lot of time on this drawing. I mean, I don't have to, but I want to. Because it means a lot to me. It means a lot to other people. And it feels like something that I have to do. So, once again, sorry if that bothers you. I'll still try to do some lore videos. I got a Typhon lore video. I maybe have a Titanfall video, lore video. I'm not sure. Maybe one centered around Cuban. Or one with Revenant, since the whole
2 kills, 900 damage.